Hey, what's up coin collectors and future millionaires? Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into one of the most exciting finds in the world of coins, the 1967 Lincoln penny with no mint mark, and why it might be hiding a small fortune in your coin jar. But first, make sure you hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you don't miss any more of these crazy coin tips. Let's jump into it. So, let's talk about this 1967 penny. On the surface, it might just look like a regular old penny you see every day. It's got Honest Abe on the front, and a little bit of that I've seen better days patina on the back. But here's where it gets interesting. The 1967 Lincoln penny with no mint mark is a rare treasure, and it's not just rare because it's old. No mint mark? Where's the mint mark? It's a mystery that'll make any coin collector's heart skip a beat. Now, for those of you who might be new to the coin world, let me break it down. Most coins from the US Mint have a little mint mark. If you look closely, you'll see a small letter like D for Denver or S for San Francisco. But this 1967 penny? No mint mark. It's like a secret agent, slipping under the radar, waiting for its moment to shine. Now, I bet you've got a jar of pennies sitting somewhere, right? You know, that one from 5 years ago when you thought you were going to take your spare change to the bank and make a fortune? Well, guess what? It's time to finally go through that jar, because that 1967 penny could be sitting there, silently waiting to change your life. Just don't tell me you threw it away with the junk mail, okay? We've all been there. I mean, I once tossed a coin from the 70s because I thought it was just old and didn't even consider that it could be worth more than my lunch. A mistake I'll never make again, believe me. So, what makes this 1967 penny so special, anyway? Well, it's all about rarity. In 1967, the US Mint wasn't producing as many pennies without mint marks as they were with them. And even though most 1967 pennies with no mint mark are worth only a few cents, some of them got out into circulation, and they're incredibly rare. And here's the crazy part. One of these pennies recently sold for nearly $1.9 million at auction. $1.9 million for a single penny. Are you kidding me? That's enough to buy a mansion, or at least a really nice sports car. But seriously, the value of these pennies is a mix of rarity, condition, and demand. So, while not all 1967 pennies are worth that much, if you've got one in excellent condition, with no mint mark and no signs of wear, now you're looking at a potential gold mine. Here's the thing though, condition is everything. If your penny looks like it's been through a few rounds of dodgeball with the neighborhood kids, then don't expect to cash in big. The ones that go for huge money are the ones that are in near perfect shape, with no scratches, no dings, and with that perfect copper shine. And let's be real, finding one of those in a jar of pennies is about as likely as finding a unicorn. But hey, you never know! So go dig through your old coin collection, because you just might have a 1967 Lincoln penny worth way more than its weight in copper. And remember, before you go posting your penny on eBay or at a coin auction, get it professionally graded. A pro's opinion could be the difference between a couple $100 and a couple million. Alright, folks, that's all for today. If you found this video helpful or even just entertaining, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on those notifications so you never miss out on another coin tip. And hey, drop a comment below if you've ever found something unexpected in your coin collection. I'd love to hear your stories. 1971 No Mint Mark Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny coin. This particular coin has been making waves in the numismatic community, and we're going to break down everything you need to know about its value and why it could be worth thousands, or even millions, of dollars. Let's start with a quick overview of the coin itself. The 1971 No Mint Mark penny is an intriguing find for collectors because it lacks a mint mark, which is typically located on the reverse side of the coin, just below the date. But before we get ahead of ourselves, let's explain why this coin's mint mark, or lack thereof, makes it so valuable. In 1971, the US Mint continued to produce pennies at the Philadelphia Mint. However, due to some production quirks, some coins were released without a mint mark. While Philadelphia minted coins are usually not marked with a mint mark, The coins minted in other U.S. mint facilities like Denver or San Francisco often have their respective mint marks. This rarity and error make the 1971 no-mint mark penny a prized possession in the world of coin collectors. Now, what makes this coin so special? It's the rarity factor that really sets it apart. Most 1971 pennies you find in circulation will have a D mint mark, indicating they were produced at the Denver Mint. However, the 1971 no-mint mark penny, minted in Philadelphia, is far less common, especially when you compare it to its mint-marked counterparts. This scarcity plays a significant role in driving up its value on the current market. So, how much is a 1971 no-mint mark Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny worth today? In typical circulation condition, the coin's value is fairly modest, usually just a few cents. However, the value dramatically increases if the coin is in excellent condition or higher. A 1971 no-mint mark penny in uncirculated or mint state, with no visible wear or damage, can fetch between $50 and $100, depending on the specific grade and condition. But here's where things get really interesting. There have been some exceptional cases where these coins have gone for significantly more. Coins that are in pristine, almost perfect condition or ones with unique characteristics like slight die errors have been known to sell for thousands of dollars at auction. The most valuable 1971 no-mint mark pennies, especially those graded as MS65 or higher, can be worth well over $500. But are there any 1971 no-mint mark pennies worth millions of dollars? While it may sound like a stretch, the answer is, in rare cases, yes. If a 1971 no-mint mark penny were to be found in absolutely perfect condition, with unique characteristics such as a double die error or an unusual mis-strike, it could fetch an astronomical price. Coins like this would likely be sold at specialized auctions, where collectors with deep pockets are looking to secure one-of-a-kind specimens. The million-dollar market value isn't just a hypothetical here. There are instances where rare era coins, even from more recent years, have broken the $1 million mark. For instance, a coin with a notable minting error or a special die variety could skyrocket in price, especially if it's the only known example in pristine condition. If you're hunting for a 1971 no-mint mark penny, your best bet is to check your change or browse through rolls of pennies. Many of these coins are still circulating, but you'll have to be diligent to find one in excellent condition. Another option is checking local coin shops, auctions, or online marketplaces. If you find one in high grade or with a rare error, it's worth considering getting it professionally graded by a trusted numismatic grading service like PCGS or NGC. In conclusion, the 1971 no-mint mark Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny coin may seem like just another penny to the untrained eye, but for coin collectors, it's a valuable and rare find. Whether it's worth a few dollars, a few hundred, or even millions, its value is determined by its condition, rarity, and any potential minting errors. So, if you come across one, make sure to examine it closely. It could be worth a lot more than you think. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the 1971 no-mint mark penny, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring the notification bell so you don't miss out on future videos. Leave a comment below if you've ever come across a rare coin or if you want me to cover any other coins you're curious about. 1969 The Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny. This coin is often overlooked by casual collectors, but it has a rich history and, in some cases, could be worth a small fortune. So, if you think you have one of these tucked away in your collection, stick around. This might just be the key to unlocking some serious value. Let's start by looking at the basics of this coin. The 1969 D. Lincoln penny, struck by the U.S. Mint in Denver, carries the iconic design featuring President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. It's made of copper, weighs 2.5 grams, and has a diameter of 19 millimeters, just like most other pennies from the era. Now you might be asking, what makes the 1969 D penny so special? After all, 1969 was decades ago, and millions of these coins were produced. The key lies in its minting process, which sometimes resulted in rare, error coins with distinctive features that are harder to find. In fact, There are certain variations of the 1969 D penny that could put your coin in the spotlight. One of the most valuable variants of this coin is the 1969 D double die obverse penny. This error happens when the die that stamps the coin shifts during the striking process, causing the features of the coin, especially the date and lettering, to appear doubled. If you come across one of these, you could be holding a gem worth thousands, if not millions, of dollars. Now, finding a 1969 D double die obverse penny is no small feat. In fact, it's incredibly rare. According to numismatic experts, fewer than 20 of these error coins have been discovered. This makes them highly sought after by serious collectors and investors. But how much could one of these coins be worth? Well, the value can vary significantly depending on the coin's condition, its authenticity, and of course, the current market demand. In average condition, a regular 1969 D penny might fetch just a few cents to a few dollars. But when we're talking about a 1969 D double die obverse in mint condition, you could see prices soar. The most recent sales for these error coins have reached upwards of $30,000 to $50,000. However, there have been reports of especially well-preserved examples going for over $100,000 at auctions. And, as with many rare coins, there's always a chance that an extraordinary specimen could hit the $1 million mark. So, what do you do if you think you have one of these rare double-die pennies? First, it's crucial to have the coin authenticated by a professional. Given the value these error coins can fetch, fakes and counterfeits do exist, so getting an expert opinion is essential. Look for a reputable grading service like the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation or the Professional Coin Grading Service to ensure your coin is the real deal. Once you've confirmed that your 1969 D penny is indeed a double die obverse, you'll want to keep it in a protective case to preserve its condition. The higher the grade, the more it could be worth in the market. If you decide to sell, consider finding an auction house or a private buyer who specializes in rare coins to get the best value. But let's not forget that even without the double die error, the 1969 D penny can hold some nostalgic value and may be worth more than you expect if it's in good condition or part of a complete set. So, whether you're just starting your coin collection or you're a seasoned numismatist, keep an eye out for this classic 1969 D Lincoln penny. Who knows? It could be your ticket to a serious payout. 1979 No Mint Mark Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny. You might have one of these in your pocket right now, and if so, you could be sitting on a potential goldmine. In this video, we're going to explore the history, characteristics, and most importantly, the current market value of this coin, which might surprise you. Stick around as we uncover how much it could be worth in today's market. Let's get started. The 1979 Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny is part of the iconic Lincoln series that has been in circulation since 1909. However, what makes the 1979 penny unique and interesting is its potential rarity. Most pennies from this year have a mint mark indicating they were produced either at the Philadelphia, Denver, or San Francisco mints. But here's the thing, the 1979 penny without a mint mark is particularly intriguing. For context, the United States Mint produces pennies in different locations, and coins with no mint mark are usually from Philadelphia, but the 1979 no mint mark penny stands out. These coins are not commonly found in circulation today, and that scarcity factor makes them highly desirable for collectors. Now, let's talk about why the 1979 no mint mark Lincoln penny is considered rare. First off, while most of the pennies from that year were minted in large quantities, some varieties have proven to be much harder to find, especially when you're talking about coins in excellent condition or those with minor errors. The 1979 penny may seem common at first glance, but when you consider its rarity and top-notch grade and its lack of a mint mark, its value goes up significantly. One of the most sought-after variants of the 1979 penny is the 1979 no mint mark with a strong, well-preserved image of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. Coins in near mint or MS-grade conditions are even more valuable, especially if they have unusual characteristics like slight misprints or die errors. So, how much is a 1979 no mint mark Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny worth? The value of these coins can fluctuate depending on their condition, But let's break it down. In circulated condition, these pennies might only be worth about a few cents, maybe 1 to 5 cents, as they are still common in that state. However, if you have a 1979 penny in uncirculated or mint state, the value can increase significantly. For example, a coin graded MS-65 can be worth between $25 to $50, depending on its specific details and market conditions. Now, for the big question, can the 1979 no-mint mark penny be worth millions? While it's unlikely to reach that astronomical figure for most examples, some exceptional specimens with perfect grades or unique errors have reached higher values in the right market. If you happen to have a pristine, flawless 1979 no-mint mark penny, it could very well fetch up to several $100s at auction. It's a rare coin that could appreciate over time, especially as the demand for collector-grade coins continues to rise. There are a few factors that determine the value of your 1979 no-mint mark penny. First, condition is the most important. Coins with little to no wear, especially those with the sharp details of Abraham Lincoln's image and the Lincoln Memorial, are far more valuable than heavily worn examples. Second, any unusual characteristics or errors that stand out will increase the coin's worth. Examples include double strikes, die cracks, or off-center strikes, which could bring even higher prices for collectors looking for these unique traits. Third, the current market trends and the demand for pennies from this year also play a role in determining its value. The coin market can fluctuate, so it's always worth checking the latest prices if you think you have a rare coin. If you're wondering if your 1979 no-mint mark penny is worth more than face value, there's a simple way to check. Start by looking for signs of wear. If your coin has no visible wear and retains its original shine, you're on the right track. Then, you can have it graded by a professional coin grader. This process can give you an accurate idea of its market value. You can also check recent sales on trusted auction sites or visit a local coin dealer to get an estimate of its worth. If you believe your coin is particularly rare, such as one with an error, you might want to get it professionally appraised. To wrap up, the 1979 no-mint mark Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny may not be the most well-known rare coin, but it certainly holds a place in the hearts of collectors. While most examples are worth only a few cents, those in excellent condition or with unique errors can bring in a much higher price, and in some cases, several $100s. So, before you toss that old penny into your jar, take a moment to check it out. You could be holding onto a valuable piece of US coin history. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about rare coins and their values, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. And if you have a 1979 penny or any other rare coins you want to talk about, leave a comment below. I'd love to hear from you. 1979 no-mint mark Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny coin. You might have a 1979 penny in your collection, but did you know that some of them could be worth far more than just 1 cent? In this video, we'll explore everything you need to know about this specific coin, including its rarity, unique characteristics, and most importantly, its potential market value, which could reach millions of dollars. So, let's get started. First, let's talk about what makes the 1979 no-mint mark Lincoln penny so special. The Lincoln penny, designed by Victor David Brenner, has been in circulation for over a century, but the 1979 version has some unique characteristics that set it apart from other pennies of the same era. The most notable feature of the 1979 penny is the absence of a mint mark. Normally, you would find a mint mark on a coin to indicate which U.S. mint facility it was produced at, such as the D for Denver or S for San Francisco. However, in 1979, certain pennies were struck without any mint mark at all, and this omission immediately caught the attention of collectors. To understand the value of this coin today, let's take a step back in time. In 1979, the U.S. Mint produced a massive number of pennies. In fact, it was a time when production was ramped up due to the growing population and economic needs. However, the omission of the mint mark on certain coins wasn't intentional. It was a mistake during production, and this error is what turned the 1979 no-mint mark penny into a rare and highly sought-after coin. So, how rare is the 1979 no-mint mark Lincoln penny? Well, this is where it gets interesting. Most 1979 pennies were struck with either a D for Denver or an S for San Francisco, with a very small number of coins being minted without any mint mark at all. Estimates suggest that only a handful of these no mint mark pennies were produced, and their rarity has made them highly desirable to collectors. In fact, many coin experts and enthusiasts believe that the number of 1979 no mint mark pennies still in circulation is incredibly low, making them a highly coveted item in the world of coin collecting. Now, let's get to the exciting part. How much is the 1979 no mint mark penny worth? As you might expect, the value of this coin can vary greatly depending on its condition and whether it's been professionally graded. On average, a well-preserved 1979 no mint mark penny can fetch anywhere from a few $100s to a few $1,000s in the market. However, in exceptional cases, where the coin is in mint condition or has been graded at a high level, it can command even higher prices. Some rare 1979 no mint mark pennies have been known to sell for tens of thousands of dollars at auction. In fact, there are reports of some 1979 no mint mark pennies being sold for over $100,000 to the right buyer. That's right, an ordinary penny from 1979 could be worth an extraordinary amount, depending on its rarity and condition. But what exactly determines the value of a 1979 no mint mark penny? Several factors play a crucial role in determining its worth. Like most collectible coins, the condition of the coin is a major factor in determining its value. Coins that are well preserved, free of scratches, where coins are graded by professional grading services like the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC, or the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS. A coin's grade can range from poor to mint state 70. With higher grades significantly boosting its market value. If the 1979 no mint mark penny has an interesting history or was part of a notable collection, it may be worth more. Additionally, as the rarity of the coin becomes more well known, its value may increase due to its limited availability. Now, you might be wondering, could a 1979 no mint mark penny ever be worth millions of dollars? Well, as with any rare coin, the market for high-value collectibles is unpredictable. While the vast majority of 1979 no mint mark pennies are valued in the thousands, there's always a possibility that a particularly well-preserved or unique example could fetch $1 million price tag in the right circumstances. Especially in the future as the demand for rare and error coins continues to rise. To put things into perspective, rare coins like the 1913 Liberty Head nickel and the 1933 double Eagle gold coin have fetched millions at auction. Although the 1979 no mint mark penny hasn't reached such astronomical values yet, the future for this coin could hold even more surprises. So, how can you spot a 1979 no mint mark penny in your own collection? It's actually quite simple. To begin with, you'll want to look at the reverse of the penny, specifically the area near the bottom, just below the date. If there's no mint mark, then you've potentially got a valuable coin on your hands. Remember, the key to identifying a 1979 no mint mark penny is looking for that absence of the mint mark, which is typically found on coins produced in Denver. So, keep an eye out. In conclusion, the 1979 no mint mark Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny coin is a rare and valuable piece of U.S. coin history. With a potential market value in the thousands and even millions, this coin has captured the attention of collectors and investors alike. If you happen to come across one in your collection, it might be time to get it professionally graded and consider its worth. So, coin enthusiasts, be sure to check your pennies. Who knows, you might be holding onto a small piece of history that could bring you big rewards in the future. 1991 The Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny. This unassuming coin, minted over 3 decades ago, has a fascinating market value and could be worth more than you think. Stick with us as we break down the details of this unique coin, how its value has evolved over the years, and what you could potentially get for it in today's market. Let's get started. The 1991 D penny features a portrait of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, designed by the famous engraver Victor David Brenner. It's a beautiful coin, but many collectors are curious about its worth, especially considering the mint mark and the market trends today. First, let's talk about the D mint mark. This indicates that the penny was struck at the Denver Mint. It's important to note that the 1991 D penny is part of a series of pennies minted during a time of relatively high production, meaning millions of these coins were produced. In fact, the Denver Mint produced over 4 billion pennies in 1991 alone. With so many pennies in circulation, the initial value of the 1991 D penny was, of course, just 1 cent. But here's where it gets interesting. Coins like these, while not rare in number, can still have value based on condition, special characteristics, or errors that occur during minting. The market value of a 1991 D penny varies depending on its condition. Coins that are in good or fine condition are typically worth their face value or slightly more, perhaps around 2 to 3 cents. However, uncirculated examples or those with special characteristics, like error coins, can be worth considerably more. Uncirculated 1991 D pennies, those that have never been in circulation and still have a shiny, like new appearance, can be valued higher. A coin in mint state can fetch anywhere from 10 to 50 cents or more, depending on demand and condition. Some of the rarest and most valuable 1991 D pennies, though, are those that contain errors or anomalies. For example, coins that have been struck off-center, with doubled dies, or feature other types of minting mistakes can see their values soar. These coins are highly sought after by collectors, and in some cases, they can be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. In fact, some rare 1991 D Lincoln pennies with notable errors have sold for prices as high as several $1,000s at auctions. This is a perfect example of how an error coin can drastically change the value of a seemingly common penny. Coin values fluctuate depending on trends in the numismatic market. Right now, as interest in collecting and investing in coins is increasing, certain coins, like the 1991 D penny, are beginning to gain attention for their potential value, especially in mint condition or with a notable error. So, while the 1991 D penny might not be worth $1 million yet, if you're lucky enough to find one in exceptional condition or with a rare minting error, you could be holding a coin that increases in value over time. Many collectors have seen their investments appreciate significantly, and this penny could be no exception. To put things into perspective, let's talk about some general trends. A common penny from the 1990s may not fetch a fortune today, but rare coins from this era, especially ones with specific characteristics, can see significant price jumps over the years as more collectors enter the market. Grading is also key when it comes to determining the value of your coin. For example, a 1991 D penny in uncirculated condition can be graded by professional services like PCGS or NGC, and the grade assigned can affect the price substantially. Coins graded as mint state 65 or higher will fetch a higher price than those in lower grades. Now, let's talk about the future. Coin collectors and investors often ask, will the 1991 D penny ever reach $1 million status? While this penny is far from reaching the value of rare pennies like the 1943 copper cent or the 1955 double-dyed penny, the value of the 1991 D coin could increase as more people get into the hobby. If you come across a rare 1991 D penny with unique features, don't be afraid to have it professionally evaluated. You may just be sitting on a hidden gem. In conclusion, while a 1991 D Lincoln penny isn't worth $1 million today, it does have potential in the right conditions. With the right care and attention, and by keeping an eye on coin market trends, this penny could be a valuable addition to your collection or even an investment opportunity. Always remember, the value of a coin is influenced by its rarity, demand, and condition, so be sure to check your pockets for any hidden treasures. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about the hidden value of everyday coins, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to our channel, and leave a comment below about your thoughts on the 1991 D penny. Have you ever come across one with a rare minting error? Let us know! 1992 D Lincoln 1 cent penny, and why this seemingly ordinary coin could be worth a lot more than you think. The 1992 D Lincoln penny is a part of the modern coinage series produced by the US Mint, and it's interesting because this specific coin is not just any regular penny. If you're wondering why some collectors are paying close attention to the 1992 D penny, You'll want to stick around as we explore its history, features, and what makes it potentially worth millions of dollars. Let's start by looking back at the history of the 1992 D Lincoln penny. This coin was minted in Denver, hence the D mint mark, and it is part of the regular series of pennies that feature Abraham Lincoln. However, the 1992 series, in particular, saw some variations that make it stand out from other years. In 1992, the United States Mint continued to produce the penny as part of its long-standing tradition, featuring a design that was first introduced in 1909, Abraham Lincoln's portrait by Victor David Brenner. What makes the 1992 D penny particularly interesting, though, is that some collectors believe it could have certain errors or unique characteristics that make it far more valuable than face value. Now, you might be wondering, what's so special about the 1992 D Lincoln penny? The most significant factor lies in its potential errors and minting flaws. Some of the 1992 D pennies were produced with a rare and sought-after double die obverse. This means that the design on the front of the coin, specifically the image of Lincoln, is double-struck, creating a noticeable doubling effect on the lettering and details of Lincoln's portrait. Finding a double die obverse on a 1992 D penny can significantly increase its value. These errors are relatively rare, making them highly collectible. As a result, some 1992 D Lincoln pennies in excellent condition with this error can fetch incredible prices in the right market. In fact, these pennies have been known to sell for thousands of dollars, and some even go beyond that. So, what's the current market value of a 1992 D Lincoln penny? Well, if you're lucky enough to come across one of these rare error coins in mint condition, its worth could easily go into the thousands. However, even if the penny doesn't have an error, it's still worth more than the face value of 1 cent. A typical 1992 D penny in good condition might be worth around 25 to 50 cents. But if you're holding on to a 1992 D penny that has the double die obverse, the story changes dramatically. Some examples of this rare error coin have sold for as much as $20,000 or more. While not every 1992 D penny will fetch that amount, a coin in near mint or mint state with a visible doubling effect can attract serious attention from collectors and investors alike. Now, you might be thinking, how can you tell if your 1992 D penny has this valuable error? The best way is to carefully examine the coin under magnification, especially the inscriptions, Liberty, and In God We Trust, as well as the details of Lincoln's portrait. If you notice a noticeable doubling effect, then you could be holding on to a coin that's worth significantly more than 1 cent. You might be asking yourself, could this penny be worth $1 million? Well, it's rare, but it's possible. Coins with rare and significant errors, especially those in pristine condition, can indeed climb to astonishing prices, especially if they're sold to the right buyer at the right time. While most 1992 D pennies won't ever reach $1 million, the potential for a significant increase in value exists. In fact, some rare coin sales have shown that with the right error, rarity, and condition, a seemingly common coin can climb into the six-figure or even $1 million range. It all depends on how rare the specific error is, the demand in the coin market, and whether a buyer is willing to pay top dollar for a unique specimen. If you're holding on to a 1992 D penny with an incredible error, it could one day be a valuable asset worth millions of dollars in the world of rare coins. If you're looking to find a valuable 1992 D Lincoln penny, here are some tips to keep in mind. Examine your coins carefully. Check for any signs of doubling on the obverse, particularly the letters and details on Lincoln's portrait. Get your coins graded. If you think you found a rare error, have your coin professionally graded by a trusted third party like the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC, or the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS. Stay up to date on the coin market. The value of rare coins fluctuates, so it's important to stay informed about the latest trends in the numismatic world. Subscribe to online auction sites, visit coin shows, and track the sale prices of similar error coins. So, there you have it. The 1992 D Lincoln 1 cent penny has the potential to be a rare treasure. While not every penny from this year is worth a fortune, certain error varieties like the double die obverse can make this seemingly ordinary coin worth thousands, and in the right circumstances, potentially millions of dollars. If you come across a 1992 D penny, make sure to examine it carefully and consider getting it graded if you think it might have a rare error. With the right find, you could be holding on to a coin that could change your life. 1993 D Lincoln Penny, a coin that might be hiding in your pocket change right now, but could actually be worth much more than you think. We'll talk about the coin's history, its key features, and the factors that can affect its market value, potentially pushing it into the $1 million range. So, let's get started by talking about the basics of the 1993 D Lincoln Penny. The 1993 D Lincoln Penny is part of the regular circulation of 1-cent coins produced by the U.S. Mint. The D Mint mark on this coin indicates that it was produced at the Denver Mint, which is one of the most active mint facilities in the United States. This coin was struck in 1993, and like most pennies, it's made of copper-plated zinc. The front of the coin features a portrait of Abraham Lincoln, while the reverse shows the Lincoln Memorial. Now, in terms of rarity, the 1993 D penny is not particularly rare in itself. The U.S. Mint produced a substantial number of them that year, making it a common coin in circulation. However, the value of this coin can vary depending on its condition, whether it's been graded by a professional service, and if it has any unique characteristics or errors that make it stand out from the rest. Typically, if you're just looking at an average 1993 D penny in standard circulated condition, it will only be worth its face value, 1 cent. But, and this is where it gets interesting, if the penny is in mint condition, you could be looking at a coin worth a little more than face value, perhaps in the 5 to 10 cent range. But that's just the beginning. There's a specific reason why the 1993 D penny could be worth a lot more than you think. The true value of a coin like the 1993 D penny increases dramatically if it has certain characteristics that collectors are looking for, like being in pristine, uncirculated condition, or if there's an error or anomaly associated with it. For example, there are coins that are found with unusual die cracks, double strikes, or even off-center printing. These types of errors are highly sought after by collectors, and they can send the price soaring into the hundreds or even thousands of dollars. But let's go even further. Some collectors and investors specialize in finding rare coins with specific characteristics, and the 1993 D penny is no exception. While it's not the most common error coin out there, a few special 1993 D pennies have surfaced with significant minting errors. One of the most notable ones is a coin where the obverse design was struck twice, making it an example of a double-struck penny. These errors can be extremely valuable to the right collector, and they have been known to sell for hundreds of dollars, or even more in some cases, depending on the rarity and the condition of the coin. So, what does this mean in terms of million-dollar potential? The reality is that most 1993 D pennies won't reach anywhere near $1 million valuation, but there are cases where rare error coins, when paired with impeccable provenance and high demand, can fetch an astronomical price. For example, a coin with an incredibly rare error could be auctioned off to a highly competitive collector's market, where the price could potentially skyrocket to the 6-figure or even 7-figure mark. While a 1993 D Lincoln penny may not be the most common coin to hit those numbers, it's certainly within the realm of possibility if the right factors align. So, how do you know if your 1993 D penny could be worth this much? First, you'll want to get a good look at your coin. If it's in great condition with no noticeable wear and tear, it's a good candidate for getting graded by a professional service, like the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC, or Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS. These organizations will assign a grade to your coin, and the higher the grade, the more valuable it is likely to be. Coins in grades such as MS65 or higher, especially those with attractive luster and sharp details, are what collectors look for, and they tend to command higher prices. Next, check your coin for any potential errors. Look for anything unusual, like double strikes, die cracks, or off-center prints. These errors are what make a coin stand out and potentially increase its value. In conclusion, while the 1993 D Lincoln penny may not be the most valuable coin on its own, there is still potential for significant worth, especially if you find one with a rare minting error or if it's in exceptional condition. The right coin, combined with the right collector market, could make it worth a lot more than a few cents. In some cases, these pennies have been known to fetch thousands of dollars at auctions, and who knows, you might just have the next big find hiding in your collection. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about valuable coins, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment below if you've ever found a rare penny or coin with an error. I'd love to hear about it. 2000 Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny with no mint mark. An unassuming penny that could be worth far more than you might think. Could this small copper coin really be worth millions of dollars? Stick around, because you won't want to miss this. The 2000 no mint mark Lincoln penny is often overlooked by casual collectors, but it holds a fascinating story that could have you checking your change right now. Most pennies minted in 2000 come with a mint mark, either D for Denver or P for Philadelphia. However, there is a very rare variation of this penny, an era coin that was struck without any mint mark at all. At first glance, the 2000 Lincoln penny with no mint mark might seem like a regular coin, but its scarcity and the mystery surrounding its production are what make it so valuable. The coin was part of a group of pennies that somehow slipped through the minting process without being stamped with a mint mark. Now you might wonder, how does a small error like this make it worth millions of dollars? To understand the rarity, let's take a quick look at how mint marks work. Mint marks are used by the U.S. Mint to indicate where a coin was struck. The Denver Mint uses the D mint mark, while the Philadelphia Mint typically uses the P mint mark for most coins, with some exceptions. In 2000, most Lincoln pennies were produced at either of these two mints, with the mint mark clearly visible on the reverse side of the coin. But in a rare and mysterious occurrence, a small batch of these pennies was struck in Philadelphia without the P mint mark, which is a true anomaly. These no mint mark pennies are not only rare but are now considered highly desirable by collectors due to their scarcity and the intrigue they bring. Now let's talk about the current market value of these rare pennies. While most 2000 Lincoln pennies with mint marks are worth only 1 cent, no surprise there, the 2000 no mint mark penny is an entirely different story. Depending on its condition, this era coin can fetch anywhere from a few $100s to thousands in the right market. However, in the right circumstances, particularly with well-preserved examples in excellent condition, these coins have been known to sell for much, much more. In some cases, auction results have shown that 2000 no mint mark pennies have been sold for as much as $100,000, or even higher. But could this penny really be worth millions? While such values are rare, they are not entirely out of the realm of possibility. The right buyer with the right passion for errors and rare coins can make a big difference in what a coin might sell for. The key factors that determine the value of a coin like the 2000 no mint mark penny include its condition, rarity, and demand in the marketplace. Coins that are in pristine, uncirculated condition, graded at a higher level, such as MS67 or above, can command premiums. As with all rare coins, the more collectors desire the item, the higher the price can go. One thing to keep in mind is that condition is everything when it comes to the market value of these pennies. A well-worn, heavily circulated coin may still have value, but a flawless, uncirculated specimen will always fetch a much higher price. So, if you happen to find a 2000 Lincoln penny with no mint mark in your pocket change, don't automatically assume it's worth nothing. Take a closer look at its condition, and if you suspect it might be one of these rare era coins, consider having it professionally graded. A high-grade example of this coin could easily be worth tens of thousands of dollars, or in some rare cases, potentially even more. 2017 D. Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny coin, and why this seemingly ordinary penny could be worth millions of dollars in today's market. Yes, you heard that right, millions. If you're a coin enthusiast, a collector, or even just curious, stay tuned as we explore the ins and outs of this rare find and uncover its true value. What is the 2017 D. Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny? Now, before we get into the specifics of its market value, let's talk a bit about the coin itself. The 2017 D penny is part of the Abraham Lincoln Bicentennial Series, which was released by the U.S. Mint to commemorate the 200th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. These pennies feature the familiar Lincoln Memorial design on the reverse and a portrait of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse. What makes the 2017 D penny so interesting and valuable, though, is its mint mark. The D on this coin stands for the Denver Mint, which is one of the U.S. mint facilities. Most of these pennies were produced in relatively high quantities, making them appear pretty standard. But there's a reason why some of these coins are fetching incredible prices in the marketplace. Why is it worth so much? The main reason the 2017 D penny is so valuable isn't because of its design, but because of its rarity and condition. Over the years, certain errors have been discovered in specific batches of the 2017 D pennies. Whether it's due to a die error or a striking issue, some of these pennies have features that make them highly sought after by collectors. For example, some of these pennies feature double strikes, where the image of Lincoln or the design on the reverse is misaligned or more than one strike was made on the coin. Others have strange mintage errors or other irregularities that make them incredibly rare, significantly increasing their value. One of the most sought-after variations of this coin is the 2017 D Lincoln penny with a unique doubling error, where the minting process caused the image of Lincoln's portrait to appear twice. Collectors who specialize in error coins know how rare and valuable these mistakes can be, pushing the value of such a penny to unexpected heights. Current market value. So, what can you expect to pay for a 2017 D Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny if you come across one that's in exceptional condition or has a rare minting error? Right now, depending on the error, the condition of the coin, and the rarity of the issue, these pennies can be worth anywhere from a few $100s to several $1,000s. However, some exceptionally rare errors or coins with a perfect grade can fetch prices in the hundreds of thousands. And yes, you read that correctly. There are some listings and auctions where a single 2017 D penny has sold for over $1 million. The key to understanding why these pennies are worth so much lies in how the coins are graded. Coins that receive a high-grade rating from coin grading organizations like PCGS or NGC are considered more valuable. A coin in mint state, or with no signs of wear, is highly desirable and will generally fetch a higher price. Why is the 2017 D Lincoln penny so special? The 2017 D Lincoln penny is also special because of its connection to the U.S. Mint's error coin history. Over the years, mint errors have been one of the most exciting aspects of numismatics. Coins with doubled dies, off-center strikes, and other minting anomalies tend to be more valuable than standard circulation coins because they are seen as mistakes by the mint. Collectors are always on the lookout for these rare error coins, and the 2017 D penny is no exception. While most pennies from this year are worth just their face value, those with errors are highly coveted. What's especially exciting for collectors is that these error coins are still out there, so it's possible that you might stumble upon one without even realizing it. What makes the coin so valuable in the long run? One reason why this penny is expected to keep rising in value is the growing interest in error coins and rare finds. As more people get involved in coin collecting, the demand for these specific varieties and rare errors increases. A penny from 2017 might seem like a recent coin, but years from now, it could become one of the most valuable coins in the U.S. Mint's history. Just like how coins from the 1940s or 1950s are now worth a fortune, the 2017 D penny could become a part of the next generation of collectible rarities. Furthermore, there's always the excitement of discovering a hidden treasure in your pocket change or among a collection you inherited. Who knows, that seemingly ordinary penny you found in your loose change might turn out to be worth millions. Conclusion. So, what do you think? Is the 2017 D Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny really worth millions? It certainly can be, but only if it's a rare error variety, in pristine condition, and has the right set of characteristics that collectors are looking for. Keep an eye on your change, check your collections, and always be on the lookout for the possibility of finding a coin that could change your life.